Welcome back to Just Between Us Couch Show. Every Thursday, we sit on this couch. No, that's not how filming works. Today's actually Monday.
You know that my boyfriend didn't know that?
Really?
He's brilliant. He works he's a brilliant, very smart person, and he didn't even know we changed shirts.
Okay, so for this week,
Today.
Today,
Part two.
Today, part two. I thought that we could talk about what it is like for you to now date women as a man, and if that feels very different.
Okay. This is going to be relatable to probably I would say 75% of our audience who is now trans guys, who I guess came here starting as queer women and are now trans men. And also, looking at the statistics for my podcast, Bad with Money, it seems to be all trans men.
That's so cool, though. It's awesome.
And also, it's people that have been my fan who then message me and are like, "Yeah, I was just like you, and I had the same exact path." There's a sweet spot where I've been on T for like a year, a little more than a year, and there's a sweet spot where you are suddenly very visible to women. Like, women are super interested in you. Queer women, and I'm talking cis, trans, whatever, are very, very interested in you. And then as you start to slowly get more facial hair and look more masculine, then you're invisible again.
Wait, so when is the sweet spot?
It's right now. I'm in it right now.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh, so you think this is going to go away?
Yeah, I think so.
Why?
Because they're queer women. They're more interested in they're more interested in femme or androgynous people, I think. So they're just there's a time when I stop being attractive to them, I think. That's a theory of mine.
Well, you don't know.
Well, it's a theory of a lot of trans guys, but I wanted to say it was a theory of mine in case trans guys are like, "No, nobody thinks that." But people do think that. When I was a woman dating women, I was good, but at it. But I'm not very good now because I think there's an expectation of masculinity put on me that is not entirely accurate or there. A lot of times, cis women will talk to me as if I've had male privilege my whole life. So they'll be kind of that thing where girls roast the guy they like, or poke fun at you a little bit, or
I've never done that.
That's a lie.
I don't ever roast my partners.
That is a lie.
It's not my favorite hobby.
Lie. No, absolute lie. It's not in the way that you're doing it. It's in a way of where they're sort of oh, you've got you're a player, you're a fuckboy, you've got a big head, or just kind of this stuff that you can reasonably maybe say to cis men to be I don't know, to be silly or to be well, you've benefited from patriarchy or whatever. But I don't have that. I'm just a soft little creature. So I'm why are you talking to me as if I've been a part of toxic masculinity for years and years since my birth, and I'm not, I think it's either they think it's affirming, but they're not understanding that I was socialized female, and or two, they're just sort of treating me in a way that is more mean. They're meaner to me.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And
teasing, or just straight up mean?
A little bit mean, a little bit teasing, but also yeah, assumptions that I'm up to something.
Oh,
which if you're a cis man,
interesting.
reasonably you are up to something. But the more
you're also polyamorous and openly polyamorous, so what could you be up to that's
literally
not allowed?
I've never been up to anything a day in my life. I'm mostly confused about other people being up to stuff, or other people.
No, you've been up to stuff before. Maybe not currently.
No, I mean,
you used to be up to all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, but I'm you know what's hard is that I'm assume that everybody has good intentions, and then I'm just a mark. How many times have I been everyone has good intentions, and then it's that friend actually turned on you, and I'm what? I need to, the autism really makes a lot of sense, but I need to get more discerning, as I've said, about friendships since the age of 25. Have I done it? No. The amount to which women are oh, you're just a player, you're just a fuckboy, you're just a player. Nobody said that to me when I was a woman. Nobody called me that.
What do you say back?
I just literally was with this one girl, I was no, I'm not. I'm just a nice boy.
Maybe they just find you so attractive that they assume everyone's throwing themselves at
No,
you.
it's that they're seeing masculinity and they're like, masculinity is like bad, so there's got to be something like bad about you. I think.
I don't know.
Or like the assumption that a mask, even like a butch lesbian, the assumption that a masked lesbian is a player, or that a butch lesbian is like got swag or game or is like a player. And so it's like this thing of like trans guys being like, oh, you're just a player, you're just like got swag, you're just like talking to girls. And it's like, I'm routinely fucking up with women, like routinely.
In what ways?
You know what it is that I'm just being genuine and I'm also being um like holding boundaries, and women are taking that as a challenge.
Ooh, tell me more.
Like one, like I'm seeing this girl and she was like, she's young, she's a little younger than me, and so she's like a little bit out and about more than I am, if you can believe. And she's like, "Can I just come over and get something from your apartment, like something that she needed at like 11:30?" And I was like, "No." And like me, maybe when I was younger would have been like, "Sure." But me now, she's like very close by, and she was like, "I just want to come grab this thing for this other person." And I was like, "My apartment is closed for business." This one girl that I was talking to was like, I said she was beautiful, and she was like, "That's what they all say." And I was like, "Who?" Like I'm saying you're beautiful. And then I was like, I'm telling the truth because I don't have the years of toxic masculinity behind me. So I'm literally just telling you that I think you're beautiful. And then she was like, they're all telling the truth when they're lying. What does that mean, Allison? What does that mean? Women are speaking in puzzles and codes to me now. They are all telling the truth when they're lying?
I don't know what that means.
What does that mean?
I don't think it really means anything.
I think it means that I'm like a player, that I'm
Or I
like
think
that I'm
it's-
telling the truth in
well-
the moment, but I'm lying.
Well, I think about this moment in Mamma Mia 2, here we go again
Go
all the
on.
time, where Meryl Streep's younger self is like explains that there's like two type of men. There's like men who like lie to say that they love you to like get you in bed, and then there's men who like fully believe it and say that they love you and believe it, and then the next morning wake up and are like, oh, actually I don't. You're technically lying, but you think you're telling the truth.
I'm not doing that at all. I'm very open with these girlies. I do feel myself bumbling more and like fucking up more in terms of like communication towards women, because they speak in code and I'm confused about what's going on. And then the more confused I get, the more into me they seem to be. Like they think I'm doing some sort of like act to get them to like me, but I am in a state of constant confusion.
That's very funny and sad.
They're like, oh, you're just making me like, you're just kind of like playing hot and cold. And I'm like, no, I'm literally busy sometimes and not busy other times. Like I'm not doing anything. But suddenly, because I'm a guy, I've got some sort of like, the game.
Oh my God. One of my friends keeps sending me all these Instagram reels that he watches about like women being like, how men need to be hard, and like is like the just like truly like the most toxic masculinity advice given by like women.
Oh no.
And I'm like, I know you're watching this as a bit, but like, what if this converts you?
Yeah, the algorithm. I know. Algorithms are so funny. Alex and I were just talking about a friend of ours who his algorithm is all stuff that's like Disney wife. Like he just keeps watching stuff that's like POV, you and the hubby take the kids to Magic Kingdom.
Is he a Disney wife?
No.
The jig is up. Honestly, I think the reason we stopped doing YouTube for a while was I ran out of shirts.
You've said that many times. You can get new shirts at AllisonRaskinExposed.com or justbetweenuspod.com.